Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm going to do a review today on a new foundation that I got. It's one that I've had my on for a little while. I first heard about it about 4 or 5 months ago. I know some fellow pro makeup artists that go on about it and they say how good it is. So I thought I'll give it a shot, but I actually forgot about it. And it recently came back up on my radar and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try now. It's such a super affordable foundation. It's £12.50, which I think is great for a foundation. Don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of high-end foundations in my kit that are, you know, sort of £30-40 and upwards, but I like to have something, you know, I do for myself as well. I think it's nice to have more, and to review more affordable brands, because not everybody wants a £40, £50 foundation. You know, you want to be able to go and buy one that's, you know, under £20 anyway. You know, you want to have that option. So I thought I'd do a review of it. The reason that I decided to do it now is because I've signed up for Look Fantastic, Team Fantastic, and I get I get a discount code to share with everyone, which is fun, at 20%. But there's some brands that aren't included in it and some that don't take part in it and things like that. But when I was looking through the list of who was, you know, what brands and products were on available, I came across this one. So it's the EX1 Cosmetics. I've lost the lid for it already. It's a plasticky bottle, I think. Yeah, it's quite a hard plastic bottle. £12.50. I mean, that's just amazing for a foundation, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie. I think it's great. Even if I hated it, I've not lost much. You know, pros are the price. You know, did I mention it was only £12.50? Definitely a big pro for me. The quality, I've tried it. I liked it. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's good quality, decent enough size. You know, I do like the packaging, even though I've lost the lid. Cons, I would say, has to be the shade range. You find it. There's always a lot of brands have not the best shade range. You know, you get some that are really inclusive, and you get some that don't have every shade, which is fair enough. In my kit though, for me, in my kit, doesn't matter. I could have, you know, I'd buy the deepest shade and the lightest shade, and I can mix and match. And I've got colour adjusters and things like that. But if you're buying it for yourself, you know, if you're going out trying to get a match for it, it could be a wee bit difficult. But I see that across all the ranges. It's not just for this. Any foundation. I bought the YSL foundation recently and I struggled to get my match. I kind of done, you know, what I thought would be me, and it's not. It's a bit off. So that's the only thing. So that, now I did try it on the other night. I've only had it on at night time, and one light it looks amazing, another light it doesn't. It looks kind of yellowy. So whether that's just I picked the wrong colour, but I thought I'll do it today. I thought I would try it today in the daylight. So it's daylight out there. It's good light in here. I thought, do it now and see how, if it is really yellow. If it is, that's just because I picked the wrong shade. So this is shade 2, so I will do a little quick demo of it. So I've got nothing on my skin just now. Just I've got quite a wee breakout. So I've started using a different serum to try and kind of clear it up. It's cleared this one up because that had a wee breakout there, so it has cleared it up. But I'm trying to target my pores again. They were doing really well, but I've noticed they've kind of started to come back because I stopped using one serum and used a different one. So now I've got to go back to using this one and get them to settle again. So I'll do that. So here it goes. So this is it's Invisiwear foundation. It's scientifically formulated to micro match, because I'm trying to read it, my eyesight's so bad and it's so tiny, olive skin tones. Yeah, that was a thing I've seen about it. I think if you struggle with an olive, I mean, I'm fair skin toned, I'm cool undertones, but I think if you're olive tone, it can be quite difficult sometimes to find a foundation thing that matches, that doesn't go, you know, sort of yellowy or whatever. So this is matched to, this is meant to do something and adjust to olive skin tones. So maybe that's why the colour's off in me as well. I'm going to put that amount there. Here goes. Let's see what this is going to look like in the daytime. As I say, it just looked funny in that light. So now, to my eye, it looks, I'm trying to describe it, it does kind of look like it's got olive through it actually. It does look a bit. So I'm just going to put a bit on though. So that's shade 2. But see, when you blend it in, it is okay. It's really weird, isn't it? At first you're like, oh, it's not going to work. But once you start to blend it in, it does blend in really well with my skin tone. So it looks okay there. I'll just keep going just now though and just get a nice even. And I think this is maybe described as quite lightweight, but I think it's quite a good coverage. It's really buildable. So, and again, don't know what the colour's looking like there compared to here. It looks okay, but I can see it on the screen, it looks a bit different. So let's just do that, and then I'm going to use this brush just to blend it in. I'll just do all of it. It's got a scent to it, so if you're not keen on, I like it, but if you're maybe quite sensitive skin, although I do have quite sensitive skin, but it doesn't bother my skin, but if you tend to break out with some scents, I would maybe just be a bit careful with it. So in this mirror there, it looks perfect. It's just, it looks a good, I mean, I'm quite fair to be, you know, I am quite fair. If you do that, it is a little bit off, but it's not too bad. It doesn't look the same colour it did the other night when I tried it. So let's just build it up again. So this is just the second. It's so strange, isn't it? Because there it does look a really different colour to what it does here. As I say, this is natural daylight, so I am just gonna take it down there. See, I won't bring it down my neck or anything because I've got a jumper on, but I was out for a walk with the dog there. It's absolutely freezing. It's like so cold. It's a lovely day though, nice and sunny, but it's freezing. And my ears are really cold. They seem to always get it. I need to get ear muffs. Right, so again, from there, I mean, I will go and take some photos, I think, and add them at the end, possibly. Right against the daylight. Oh, I've got a wee bit of makeup under my eye, that's from last night. But, I mean, I love the finish of this foundation. It looks so nice. It's not overly dewy. I thought it was going to be more like the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder, and I was expecting it to be quite dewy. It's not, but it does have a nice luminous finish to it, and I actually prefer that because I love the Light Wonder and it's good for mature skin, but it can be quite, sometimes it's too dewy, and I love a dewy foundation, but sometimes it can be a wee bit too much, whereas I find this, it's just got the right amount of dew. Makes sense. I'm going to put a wee bit more on, so I'm just going to, I used all that, so I just wanted to show you how it builds up in that. So at the moment it's covered quite well, you can see, but let's just put some more on. But it does look different. It doesn't look the same colour it did in the light in the house the other day. The other night it looked a bit off, but it doesn't look like that here. So that's a good sign. And then I find this, I think this would be really nice with the blender as well. I used another brush and I felt it wasn't moving it about as much, whereas this, I don't even know what that is. That's a Sigma Flat Kabuki F80, I think that is. That really works well with it. So that's it. So I think, I mean, I'm just going to put the rest on. I'll just go straight in with that, why not? Very buildable, definitely very buildable. You could definitely make this a bit more heavier, a bit more full coverage. But it doesn't feel like, you know, that's the thing as well. I hate a foundation when you feel it on your skin. Especially if you want more coverage. I mean, I don't like a lot of coverage. I like a dewy, like a sheer foundation, more like a tinted moisturiser. But, you know, some days you maybe want that from going out or something, which let's be honest, that's not happening much recently. But, you know, when the times when I did go out, a long time ago, I would want something a bit more full. But it's good to know that you can definitely do that, make it more more fuller. So it's got a little bit darker in here now. So I don't know if you can see that. So I'm trying to do a close up so you can see what it's like on the skin. Excuse my big close up face there. It's not, I don't know if you, I'll try to get as close in with the mirror. It's not really sitting in any fine lines. It's not highlighting them any more than anything else does. It's not highlighting it. It's sitting quite nice on my skin, I think. I think it's sitting quite nice. So it is an amazing, I don't know how long it lasts. I've got a feeling it's going to last a long time. I think it'll be a good, like, long wearing foundation, especially if you're going to set it properly anyway, but that's that. So I really do like that. I do, as I say, the shade could be quite difficult to find your own shade. That's 2.0, which I kind of looked at. I think they've got a bit of a matcher thing. I think it's a bit like the Charlotte Tilbury one. It shows you pictures of people wearing it, and I went for the one that I thought was more like me, but then the woman was she was blonde, whereas I'm quite dark, so it can sometimes be hard, although she looked like her tones look similar, but it can be quite hard to tell, so that's it. But that's it. Really, really impressed with it for £12.50. I mean, honestly, you know what I mean, you could buy two, like if you went to shoot a shade, you could buy a couple and mix them, you know, because sometimes we're a bit, in the summer, you know, if we get sun, you're maybe a bit of a deeper tone, but then in the winter you go a bit more fairer, so you could mix them. But definitely, if you're looking for a foundation with decent coverage, doesn't feel heavy on, not overly dewy but not overly matte, give this a shot. Use my code as well, I'll put that in the link at the bottom. Use that and get that for £10. Honestly, it's try it. You know what I mean? If you're always looking for that holy grail foundation, yet to find it, and you've not tried this one yet, why not? £10, add it to your collection. But that's it. So I'll finish. I'm going to do a wee bit look at that, but that's great. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.